You heard that right. Sports Extra on a special Saturday night, and we start out our show today on the hardwood for some Big Sky women's basketball action. But the Grizz came out with a 9-0 lead and held Montana State scoreless for almost 5 minutes at the start of the game. Now I have to tell you that last highlight was my favorite play of the game. Rovig handing off to Troy Anderson. You couldn't even spot the ball at first because of his big cast on his hand. Bailey also leads Belgrade in career high kills and aces. Montana State topped Western Illinois on Thursday 26-23. Ironically, the same score as the Grizz win last night. They're not only looking for their first win of the 2018 season, they're looking for their first win since September 15th, 2017. 3 different district titles in the last 4 years. Anymore, I probably wouldn't be able to hold it. 8 penalties, and probably the most detrimental of them all were the 4 on defense for 42 yards.
Time now for sports with Brooke Leonard.
Happy Saturday, everyone. We start out our show tonight with some college hoops, and to Montana State we go. The women taking on Weber State for the Pack the Place in Pink game for breast cancer awareness. Second quarter, Bobcats up, then Wildcats' Jayomani Welch Coleman hits the jumper along the baseline, and it's a 2-possession game. But Oleana Squires has an answer on the other end. She makes it look so easy. Weber State stuck in traffic. Welch Coleman in control, though, working the post and gets it up. Montana State still ahead, though, and Ashley Van Sickle from the arc adds 3 more to the score, and the Bobcats win at 72-59. Now over to the men. They're at Weber State, and let's head to the second half. Newman to Frey, who's going to haul the 3-ball. Bobcats, they're down by 3, though. Michael Kozak flies in here for the slam dunk. Weber, they're going to start to pull away a little bit. Frey still working, drives to the basket, and it's still 84-75 Wildcats. Montana State really just can't catch up. But Wildcats, they are on fire tonight. Cody John, he's like, hey, dude, I'm over here waiting in the wing. He's ready, and he knows it. And Weber gets the win over the Bobcats 94-82. Now time to head up to Missoula, where the Lady Grizz are hosting Idaho State. Late in the first quarter, Grizz with a great start. Sammy Fatkin dishes to Jace Henderson, who finishes to put the Grizz up 21-8. But Idaho State wouldn't lay down that easily. Good defense leads to the lay-in for Estefania Ors, bringing the Bengals within 2 with 1:30 left in the half. But second half action, Grizz started rolling. Jace Henderson to Fatkin, cutting down the lane for the layup. But Montana holds on in this one. They win it 60-59. And over in Pocatello, the men were looking to extend their winning streak to 9 against Idaho State tonight. Idaho started out hot, took a big lead, but the Grizz would respond. Ahmad Rory from the 3, it's good. That will tie things up at 29, all with 5 minutes left in the half. Then Grizz get going. Rory again, baseline jumper is good for 2. Grizz up 40-31 now, but Idaho State sticking around in the second half. Ballin Motskin nails the 3-ball, and the Bengals pull within 3, but the Grizz, they're going to pull away here. Kendall Manuel takes a deep 3. That's like 4 points, and it's 70-55 Grizz. Then the cherry on top, of course, Saeed Pridgett finds a Michael Ogwine, who drives and finishes with a 2-hand slam. Grizz go on to win big, 80-68. Finally, what everyone's been waiting for, we are your district tournament championship central tonight. Let's get the ball rolling. First up in Southern A, Butte Central versus Hamilton, round 1, starting with the boys. Cade Holter knocks this one away, and then it's off to the races. He converts the fast break, 2-0 Maroons. Hamilton on the other end, Carson Roston catches the lob, goes back up strong and makes the layup. Then Trey Cyril from the corner, and it's nothing but net. Bronx tie it up towards the end, though, of the first, and then Braden Harrington responds from downtown, drains the wide open 3, but the Bronx pull out a second half comeback for the 54-52 win. They're your Southwest A champions. Head coach Travis Blome talked about his team's performance after the game.
I thought our third quarter defense was really what set us apart, got us back in the game. And then, at the end, they made some really big shots as well. It was just a great basketball game. Both teams played well, and, on to divisionals next week.
Round 2, Maroons versus the Bronx. This time for the girls, Southwest A crown. Bronx getting it going from deep. Mariala Solo knocks down the three. Central responds though. Bella Serini cuts in the lane, gets the pass and finishes underneath. Now Hamilton, they've got some answers. Nice ball movement leads to a Jordan Taggart layup. Maroons just kept up the offense. Emma Keeley right here for two, and the Maroons go on and win the Southwest A title 43-40. Head coach Meg Murphy caught up with us after.
You know, about a month ago, Trisha and I had a conversation saying, if we play hard, we got a shot to get to state. And, you know, if we play our cards right. And, you know, I don't think that's far-fetched. And it's just the way these kids play. And, you know, Hamilton's a good basketball team as well. And playing in their gym is kind of sometimes like playing at home. So, you know, I'm excited the way where these kids are at right now. And they're giving me everything they have. And that's really all you can ask for.
All right, we're going to head into a little break, but coming up next, we go to the District 5B tournament in Belgrade and the Western 11C at Manhattan Christian. Moving on to Frontier football, number 16 Montana Western, number 13 Rocky Mountain. A beautiful day for football at the Rocky Bowl. And now Western's opening drive, John finds Walter McKittrick in the end zone. Bulldogs off to a quick 7-0 lead, but Rocky comes right back. Jacob Backen swings it to Max Gray, who's in for the score, but the PAT is blocked. Bears down 7-6. Second quarter, Backen with the nice touch to Darnell Jenkins right at the pylon. Rocky goes up 13-7. Ensuing kickoff, Bears will execute the onside kick perfectly with Carter Johnson gathering it in. And that led to a Backen keeper. Rocky now up 20-7. Bears defense kept Western bottled up. Here, J.J. Talley with the sack. Rocky would add a field goal to go up 23-7. But just before the half, Backen down the middle to Lucas Overton. What a amazing catch! And Rocky leads 37 at halftime. They go on to win 43-14. In the 4 years that Cannon Tebow has been a Belgrade Panther, his team has gone on to win 2 state championships. But this year, another was too good to be true.
It was so exciting. Yeah, knowing that it was his last year was hard, for sure. Exciting, but so much emotion wrapped up with that, for sure.
During like the last 10 minutes, I was like just on the verge of tears. I was like, my season's about to end, but I still had 10 minutes left, so I had to keep it going. But we were all supportive of each other, and we just, after the game, we all just congratulated each other on the season. So.
Right here on this field is where Cannon played his very last game as a Panther, but now the page turns and he's heading into a very new chapter.
I'll be in Italy for 3 months, training with this professional team in Italy, like their academy team. The exposure that I will, I don't know, like find there, it'll be pretty crazy. So I'm excited about it.
And for a star who has grown up in small-town Montana, a jump across the Atlantic is a pretty big deal.
Since this whole Italy has come about, I'm more relaxed about it, honestly, I think, than he is. I haven't really felt his nervousness, so I think that I'm more relaxed about it than he is, but I'm not the one that's flying clear across the world either.
The process wasn't easy. It took 2 different rounds of tryouts just to make the team, and he was one of only 9 Americans picked for the trip.
I was talking to one of the guys who kind of like runs it, and he told me, he's like, these guys are seriously impressed with you. And so as soon as I heard that, I was like, maybe there is a chance that I could go to Italy. I was in doubt, and then my mom was like, yeah, you will. You can do anything that like you can just obtain any obstacle. So I was like, okay. And then now, like with only a month left of school, it's crazy.
And for a mother of 5 to see one of her own leave the nest, one can only wonder the emotion she's feeling.
I don't think proud is the word.
How would you describe it?
There's just not a word. There's so much waiting for him, you know, so much.
In Belgrade, Brooke Leonard, NTN Sports.
No, fast. Really good fast. A speed demon.
A speed demon. It's about as easy as that. Skylar Stiles simply has no fear when it comes to conquering the snowy mountains of Montana.
Stop. Can't stop. Can't stop.
The downhill skier has had a pretty decorated career at the Special Olympics, and with the help of Eagle Mount almost 20 years ago, his dream to be on skis came alive.
As Eagle Mount mentioned in 2002 that ski would be a great sport for him, and neither one of us ski, so we were a little apprehensive, but he was all in, so we brought him up, and he's been here ever since.
But it hasn't been all groomed slopes his entire life. Skylar is known for his contagious smile, but his mom Peggy says it wasn't always like that.
Skylar truly has a God-given sweet spirit. He did not talk until he was 6, and so until he was 3, he did have a little bit of a temper because he couldn't communicate, but once we learned sign language and we could communicate with him, that spirit came out, and he is always, what you see is what you get all the time, and we are so blessed because it doesn't change. He doesn't have a bad day. We're really lucky.
And with everything he does, he has his sights set on the gold.
Not second place or first place all the way.
Yep.
Not second.
Not second. First place all the way.
Yep.
And no, we sit here, we drink coffee and visit and wait the 20 minutes and watch for him. And like I said, I still tear up when I see him come down because it's totally amazing to me. And to have his life so fulfilled when it could be so different.
In Bozeman, Brooke Leonard, MTN Sports.